Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Namaskar. I am presenting the life of Sri Andavan Pichai briefly. I do not have the spiritual depth or the one-pointed devotion she had for Lord Muruga. Still, at the request of many devotees of Sri Andavan Pichai, I am taking the liberty of telling briefly how she shaped my thinking and life. When I was born, I was not expected to survive. My grandmother thought otherwise. At the end of a month, she named me Meera. From then on, I remember this gentle, divine being with a big kumkum on her forehead, always in a khadi maroon sari. Who was Andavan Pichai? She was born to a great scholar and lawyer, Sri Tandalam Shankara Narayana Shastri and Srimati Sita Lakshmi. The day she was born was auspicious, for an idol of Maragathavalli was presented to her father and his brother by the Raja Venkatagiri. Hence they named her Maragathavalli, but affectionately called her Matta. Sadly, her mother passed away when she was only 3 years old, and her father married again. She grew up with her siblings in a joint family and was brought up by her grandmother Sundari Pati. Maragathavalli was given in marriage at the age of 8 to a respected and prominent lawyer, Sri Mylapore Narasimha Shastri. She gave birth to 9 children, 3 of whom died very young. 2 of her sons were doctors and 2 engineers. Her daughters were both well versed in music and arts. The youngest one was my mother, Srimati Kamakshi Kuppuswamy. My grandmother is survived by 3 daughter-in-laws, 20 grandchildren, 35 great-grandchildren, and several more great-great-grandchildren. Maragathavalli's divine journey started when she was barely 10, and Lord Muruga gave her darshan and wrote Om upon her tongue with his veil. Thereafter many a song poured out of her, many times in a trance. She was asked to desist and promise not to sing by the elders. Maragathavalli was emotionally torn and sad at not being able to sing her Lord's praises, and told him so. He promised her that he himself would come and free her of her promise, and that her soul would forever be immersed in him. It is generally assumed that this was a harsh imposition on her. It should be remembered, however, that nothing happens without the Lord's will. It was as though Lord Muruga himself wanted to test her, to see if she would immerse herself in her worldly duties and forget about him, or keep him in her heart forever. This is revealed in the verses she penned as Charitram. It is in this particular work that she revealed how she had been stopped from singing his praises, and how Lord Muruga himself came and told her that the barriers had been removed. My grandmother used to call herself Pichi, as one meant for the darshan of her Lord. Indeed, Lord Muruga came and told her, Pichi ni, ennel paadu. My earliest memory was a song I was taught to sing in my school. It was on Lord Kartikeya.
शरवण भव कार्तिकेयने करुणाकरने शरवण भव कार्तिकेयने करुणाकरने गुरुपरने अरुमुगने निरवति सुगने मुरुगा 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 अरनुमै ಶರವಣ ಭವ ಕಾರ್ತಿಕೇಯನೇ ಕರುಣಾಕರನೇ ಗುರುಪರನೇ ಅರುಮುಗನೇ ನಿರವತಿ ಸುಗನೇ ಮುರುಘಾ ಮುರುಘಾ ಮುರುಘಾ.
In the year 1952, the song Ullam Uruguthada came as she sat leaning against a pillar in the Kalikamba temple, watching the Abhishekam of Lord Muruga. Many of her family members, Sri T.T. Pani, who has published many of her works, and a young devotee named Ramani, were all beside her. Andavan Pichai saw Balamurugan walk out from the idol towards her, and this song came pouring in an emotional outburst, and she called it Ullam Uruguthada. Sri T.T. Pani wrote it down as she was singing it, and the next day had it printed. The Dharmakartas of the temple decided there and then to engrave it for eternity on a marble slab in front of the Lord Muruga's Sannidhi. It is still there, gracing the temple corridor in the Kalikamba temple. Andavan Pichai viewed Lord Muruga as Balamurugan, and so she ended all the lines with Ada. T.M. Soundarajan came to see her and requested if he could change Ada to Ayya, since he did not feel he had the divine vision of seeing Lord Muruga as a child. She gave her gracious permission, and since then that song has become an iconic song.
Ullam Uruguthada Muruga உன்னடி காண்கையிலே அள்ளி அணைத்திடவே எனக்குள் ஆசை பெருகுதடா அன்பில் உருகுதடா மனதில் ஆர்வம் பெருகுதடா முருகா அன்பில் உருகுதடா மனதில் ஆர்வம் பெருகுதடா என் பாவம் தீர்ந்ததடா இனியோர் துன்பமும் இல்லையடா என் பாவம் தீர்ந்ததடா இனியோர் துன்பமும் இல்லையடா உள்ளம் உருகுதடா முருகா உன்னடி காண்கையிலே.
After singing Ullam Uruguthada, many came seeking her blessings. The house in Coral Merchant Street, near Kalikamba temple, was constantly filled with visitors. Her family was not happy with the situation, especially since her elder son was a practicing doctor and her husband a practicing lawyer. Understanding their dilemma, she decided to go to Delhi to be with her daughter Kamakshi Kuppuswamy. While she was there, a group of devotees came to see her and told her that they were going to Rishikesh and would like her to go with them. Destiny was propelling her to go towards what she was to become. When the group reached Rishikesh, something about her drew Swami Shivananda to her. There was a gentleman called Sri Ramakrishnan who used to work in her father's household. He had retired to Shivananda Ashram. He told Swami Shivananda all about her. Swami Shivananda decided there and then to give her Diksha and make her a sanyasin. He sent the other devotees back to Delhi to tell the family what had transpired. Needless to say, this threw the whole family into turmoil. Her youngest son, with his wife and infant daughter, came to Rishikesh and talked to Swamiji in depth. Swami Shivananda told him that his mother was meant for great things. However, considering the family's feelings, he will send her back with him, but hereafter she will be a sanyasin. After taking sannyasa in 1953, Maragathavalli came back to Chennai. Realizing the strain she had been under, her husband, Sri Narasimha Shastri, supported her decision. He gave up all his material trappings and decided to take sannyasa himself. There were, however, questions raised about how a sannyasi could live at home. They decided to go and seek the advice of Shankaracharya in Kanchipuram. He told them that since Swami Shivananda had given her sannyasa, he must have realized her divine potential. So she should stay in the house wearing a maroon or red sari, except on certain days like Guru Purnima, etc. He also told her, since she had always called herself Pichi, mad for the love of her Lord Muruga, she would be called Andavan Pichai, just like Swami Shivananda had called her. Swami Shivananda used to say, Andavan Pichai ni, you are Pichai, that is, a blessing which Andavan gave to her devotees. Thus, Maragathavalli became Andavan Pichai. Swami Shivananda also gave her husband, Sri Narasimha Shastri, Abhat Sannyasa and called him Murugananda. Their little house was filled with divinity. People would come all day to seek her blessings and come and sing devotional music for her and hear her sing. There were several songs I learned directly from her. Some I heard her singing and several taught to me by my mother. One of my favorites is Kanda Muruga Yennaikar in Kapi Ragam. Kanda Muruga Yennaikar, Kanda Muruga Yennaikar, Yendan Chinta Kulam Tirkar Vandarul Tanai, Kanda Muruga Yennaikar, Yendan Chinta Kulam Tirkar Vandarul Tanai, Kanda Muruga Yennaikar, Yennaikar, Yennaikar. She goes on to sing his praises and ends by seeking his blessings to be forever at his unparalleled feet.
நிகரில்லா நின் பாதத்தை நினைந்து மகிழ அருள் தாராய், கந்தா முருகா என்னைக்கார், எந்தன் சிந்தா குலம் தீர்க்க வந்தருள் தாராய், கந்தா முருகா என்னைக்கார், என்னைக்கார், என்னைக்கார்.
Her husband, Sri Narasimha Shastri, was a great devotee of Devi and would do Devi Manasa Puja every day. Many would come to attend these little pujas. It was a spiritual sanctuary for many. Andavan Pichai looked after this great soul, as she called him, until he passed away in 1968. Thereafter, she moved to a small kutir in Vaishnavi Ashram, which was pre-arranged for her by Narasimha Shastri before his demise. From here on, her divine journey took her in many new directions and to many new places. These will be covered in Part 2. Om Sharavana Bhava Shanmukham Tarakam.